Good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Samatha Joudo. I'm 35 years old and I'm here today because of the grace of God. I'm a mum of 4 beautiful children, Harmony, Skylar, Mia and Hudson. And I've been a part of the Eastlake family for almost 2 years now. When I first came to Eastlake, my life was falling apart. I was homeless, broken, struggling with addiction, and hit rock bottom when I lost my 4 kids to the system. I was carrying so much shame. I felt lost and disconnected from everything and everyone. I walked through those church doors with nothing to offer and every reason to believe that I didn't belong here. I sat quietly in the very back row, hoping nobody would notice me. I felt defeated. I felt unworthy, exhausted, physically, mentally, and spiritually alone. There were so many days where I couldn't see a future for myself. I carried guilt over my past, fear about my future, and a deep sadness that sat in my heart. I didn't know if things could ever change. I felt like life happened to me instead of for me. I didn't come to Jesus at my best. I came to him in pieces. There were seasons of my life I wasn't thriving, I was surviving, carrying trauma, making choices from pain and stuck in cycles I didn't know how to break. Then everything changed overnight. I lost my home, my stability, my identity, and I even found myself separated from my children in that season. I ended up living out of my car. My car became my home for 3 months. There were nights I didn't feel safe. People knocking on my window, flashing torches into my car while I was trying to sleep. There were nights my mind felt heavy and I felt like I was drowning in my own life. Even there, Jesus met me. He didn't wait for me to fix my life. He stepped into the mess and he stayed. I've walked through addiction, instability, heartbreak, and deep personal battles, but Jesus never condemned me. He corrected me, but never left me. Even when I ran, he didn't let go. The first time I came to East Lakes, I sat in the back row, completely out of my comfort zone, completely abandoned. I didn't walk in confident. I felt everything. I felt the shame, the addiction, the homelessness, the fear, the heartbreak, and the grief. I remember thinking, if people really knew my story, would they even want me here? Then Pastor Josh and Pastor Lee kept saying 4 simple words: just keep coming back. Just keep coming back. Those words honestly became an anchor for me. I remember sitting there homeless and thinking, what have I got to lose? I've lost everything anyway. So I kept coming back. Some Sundays I came broken. Some Sundays I came really angry. Some Sundays I came feeling completely numb, but I kept coming back. And the women around me, they loved me before I loved myself, and they saw something in me that I didn't see. And when I wanted to isolate, they reached out. When I felt ashamed, they reminded me that I still belonged. And when I felt weak, they prayed. When I couldn't see a future, they reminded me that God still had one. Community gave me somewhere safe to stop pretending I didn't have to be perfect. I didn't have to have everything together. I didn't have to hide my scars. I could simply be honest, and that honesty became the place where healing started. It made all the difference. For the first time in a long time, I had people who genuinely cared about me, people who prayed for me, encouraged me, checked in on me, and walked through some of the hardest seasons of my life. Now I can say I'm not who I used to be. I am sober and I'm not who I used to be. Everything has changed. Jesus gave me hope when I had none. He gave me purpose when I felt lost. He took my brokenness and began turning it into something beautiful. Today I'm sober. I've been restored in ways I never thought possible. I've seen healing in my family, growth in my faith, and doors open that I never thought would open. Instead of living in survival mode, I'm living with purpose. My identity is no longer found in my past, but in who God says I am. I'm still healing, still being rebuilt. I'm not doing it alone. Jesus is my anchor, my peace, my truth, and everything when everything else feels unstable. So when I say Jesus changed my life, I don't mean instant perfection. I mean he stayed with me through every fall, every setback, and every season, and he never let me go. If you're here today and you're feeling alone or disconnected, I would tell you not to give up and don't isolate yourself. I know what it feels like to walk into a room and feel like you don't belong. I know what it feels like to feel unseen and forgotten. But your story isn't over. Take one step, walk through the door, come to church, join a crew, let people get to know you. You don't have to have your life together before you come. I certainly didn't. God meets us exactly where we are. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Saviour, and he is the reason that I am still here. Thank you.